G'day football fans, and welcome back to episode 3 of our Erik Ten Hag Rebuild of Manchester United here on Football Manager 22 on Dylan on the Ball. My name's Dylan. Today we'll be taking on Liverpool Football Club in the Premier League, so make sure to leave us a nice little like down below and maybe a comment on something nice about this series or my voice or just me in general. I think that's all I'd really want. Before we get through to that one, a few things to go through. Firstly, I was just looking, we didn't have much money to spend and we didn't have much wage left, and well, this is probably why we are paying some absolute ridiculous amounts of money. Like, why Edinson Cavani's earning $250,000 a week here is well beyond me, and then someone like Juan Mata is earning $150,000. I don't, what? Who did that? Who signed that? And our backup keeper, Henderson, who's not going to play much ahead of De Gea, who's earning way too much anyway. Our backup keeper's earning $120,000 a week. Who decided that? I've added in the reserve squad here, so you can also see that Tom Heaton, who's a backup to our backup, never going to play. He's 50 years old. He's earning $60,000 a week. Who signed that deal? Who was like, you know what, Tom? That's a good amount of money for you. We're happy to pay you that. But I'm stuck with him for another season? 2 seasons. So this whole season and the next season. Then Lee Grant is earning $30,000 a week for this season. Who did that? Just bizarre decision making. I tried to get rid of Phil Jones. I tried to get rid of Juan Mata, but nobody was having a bar of it. The only, I guess, positive move is that Paul Pogba did renew his contract. I think it was ending at the end of 2023, or maybe it was this season. But we've re-signed his contract just so we can keep him around. I think he's pretty integral to what we're wanting it to do, which really boils down to being successful in the Premier League and making it a bit of a run in the Champions League, which brings us to the first thing I wanted to mention, which is of course that our Champions League group has been drawn, and as you see here, it's happened. Of course it's happened. I don't know what the odds were, but we've been drawn against Ajax, so shortly, so not our next game in the Champions League, but our game after that, we'll be taking on Erik Ten Hag. So it'll be not Erik Ten Hag versus Erik Ten Hag in the Champions League. I should have seen this coming. I don't know why I didn't think that this would be a thing, but maybe that'll be a good video for us to look forward to, maybe next video, depending on how many fixtures there are between now and then. So last video, you did see us play our first Premier League game of the season. We've played about 4 or 5 since then, as well as a cup fixture, and it's gone rather well, for the most part. So, we're on top of the league, 5 from 5 in the Premier League. We've had, 2 clean sheets from 5 isn't the best, but we've beaten Everton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Leeds and Aston Villa. We beat Sporting in the Champions League first group stage match, and then somehow we've lost to Luton in the league. I did rotate the squad a bit because I knew we had Liverpool coming up this weekend, but I definitely didn't expect to lose. That was not the best. So we'll go through a bit of a quick run through of the goals. First match, we were up against Arsenal, and it was Cristiano Ronaldo who got the scoring underway against Arsenal away at the Emirates. A good through ball there from Anthony Langa, putting him through before he slots it beyond the keeper. Then Emil Smith-Rowe drew them level about 60 minutes in. He just danced around Diogo Dalot at right back, who didn't really put in a great performance. As a whole, we did sort of dominate this match. I think we had about 18 shots to their 7 or something like that. But it took until the 92nd minute where it was Rafael Leao getting his first goal for the club. We then went away to Stamford Bridge where we were all over Chelsea. Getting us underway was Jadon Sancho with a beautiful curling effort there into the far post to put us up 1-0, before, of all people, Victor Lindelof put us up 2-0, a good cross in there from the free kick. Before it was then 3-0, Pogba crossing it in towards Ronaldo, whose header was parried away for Elanga to pop it in. It was then Leeds we faced, and getting us underway, a great ball from Scott McTominay through for Bruno Fernandes, who just dinked one cheekily over Ilham Elie there for 1-0. Before Fernandes turned provider with a great challenge high up the field, and Ronaldo absolutely thundering one in there past Meslier. They then got one back through, I think it's Rodrigo that ends up getting the goal. Played through by Calvin Phillips there. There was suspicion of offside, but in the end it was given. And then just before half-time, it was 3-1. Dalot down the left-hand side gave it to Pogba, who floated in an absolute peach of a cross for Jadon Sancho. It was then our first Champions League game of the season, and it was a great ball from Rafael Leao, putting Jesse Lingard through to slot it past the keeper for 1-0. Only 8 minutes in, he's getting a good run in the side. Then into the second half, Luke Shaw brought it up the left-hand side, cut it back to Paul Pogba, who was able to slot that one in to give us a 2-0 win. We then went away to Villa Park in the Premier League, where Bruno Fernandes got it underway with a free kick there from just outside the box, sort of perfect position. And then into the second half, we made it 2-0. Cristiano Ronaldo, the big man, a big cross from Luke Shaw, nodded in from Ronaldo. We then go to the only blot on our copybook, I guess, where getting us underway was Jesse Lingard, a cross back from Diogo Dalot, headed in past the keeper for 1-0. Before Route 1 football got the better of us 100%, like it was straight goalkeeper through to striker who put it past Dean Henderson for 1-1, which Berry then made 2-1, free kick just outside the box, beautifully put into the top corner there. Then more Route 1 football, this time straight from a goal kick, nodded down, one pass, finish, beautiful. Totally effective football, got the better of us. We did bring on sort of the big guns, including Ronaldo, late on here. He did grab one back for us, a great long-range strike there, but not enough to see us through. So those results leave us in this position in all the competitions, so we've not gone through in the Carabao Cup, but our board don't give a crap about that, so that's absolutely fine. We're leading the league 5 from 5, just Liverpool 3 points behind us, who we face today. Then in the Champions League, we're 1 from 1. Sort of adds a bit more importance facing Liverpool with us challenging at the top, only the 5 games into the season, but not as if we needed any more reason to want to beat Liverpool as Manchester United. So this is how we're going to line up for this one at Old Trafford, hosting Liverpool. We've got De Gea in goal, a backline of Dalot, Lindelof, Varane and Shaw, midfield of McTominay, Pogba and Fernandes, sort of the main three that we've been using. Then on the right, Lingard, left Leao, and the big man, Cristiano Ronaldo, up front. I've changed into a poacher role. That's what FIFA says he's... That's what Football Manager says he's best at. So we're giving it a go. We're sort of a little injury plagued. You'll see on the right-hand side there, Maguire is injured and on the bench. But then we've also got Wan-Bissaka, Rashford, Sancho, and Elanga all injured. I don't know how we managed to get 3 forwards or wingers all injured. Elanga in one of the recent games, Aston Villa I think it was, he tore his hamstring, so he's out for about 2 months. Sancho had a bit of a knock. Rashford isn't back yet. He sort of starts the season injured. And Wan-Bissaka has had a couple of games in the side, but got injured in the last game. I think he something like a stubbed toe or something boring like that. So he shouldn't be out too long, but it does leave us a little bit short. But at the same time, it's basically the same sort of side that's seen us to the position we are today. So as we look at the lineups for this one, I'll just remind you to please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here, if you want to see how we go through the season here as not Erik Ten Hag. Leave a comment down below if you're enjoying the series, all that sort of good stuff. Make sure to follow us on the socials. They're all in the description below. And with that out of the way, let's get into this big one. Looks like 2 very strong sides, just about exactly what you'd want out of this Liverpool team. Their bench quite strong as well, except for whoever Steve Jones might be. Doesn't look like they've made any additional signings in the transfer window, but we all know how good and how fast and physical this Liverpool side is. Let's see how we go. I've changed it as well so that it's just the key, early chance there for Van Dijk, heading it straight at De Gea. I've changed it just so it's the key highlights, just because we've got a bit more to go through now that we're playing matches. I had it as the extended for the first match, but I just thought with, what do we have, 6 games to get through this time? No. Played through the De Gea, we're fine with that one. Hopefully the highlight ends and we're clear. Or we'll play out from the back quite well, really, quite easily. Especially through a Liverpool side that usually press so well. And then we'll launch Lingard in behind, who puts it in row Z. Not the best. Another highlight early here. I don't like that I have changed it to key highlights and there's so many early on. Or especially when we're playing around in our box like that. Come on. That was Luke Shaw being absolutely ridiculous. So Sadio Mane, just the 4 minutes in, Luke Shaw tries to, play out, but he plays it into the centre of the box where their players are still standing. And Sadio Mane gets the ball back, finishes it past De Gea with ease. I think what went wrong there is that I hadn't shouted at the side yet, and I mean with the Xbox version, I can't do my pre-match talk to fire him up, so look, that's probably on me. I'll take that one. And a corner again for Liverpool, though we've headed clear well. Will we win it? No. Trent Alexander-Arnold gets there first, and it's back out to Robertson, firing in across. Oh, and Mane just puts it wide there. Alright, getting further into the first half here. We've slowed them down a little bit. We're just yet to get into the game ourselves, I think. Not looking too promising. This Liverpool side's pretty damn good. We might have just made it to half-time at 1-0 though, so that's not too bad. So still in the game at half-time, but we're definitely behind the 8 ball, and we could definitely use with some better performances, especially from key players like Fernandes and Ronaldo are both lacking a little bit here. And then the yellow cards for Shaw and Pogba, who are supposed to be just standard first team members. We'll hope for something better in the second half. We'll see how we go. With our mini injury crisis with forward players, it doesn't look good as well. I mean, I suppose we can bring on Cavani for Ronaldo, who seems to be struggling here today against Van Dijk and Kanate, which isn't entirely surprising. Alright, we've made a couple of changes there. We've brought on Fred, who's got a yellow card within seconds. Oh dear. Oh, Van Dijk probably should have put them up 2-0 there. We've also brought in Cavani for Ronaldo, just fresh legs up front, and hopefully someone who can get on the end of something. We've got the ball forward here, and it's Lindelof in the box. Shaw hopefully overlaps and whips in across. He cuts it back to Lindelof. Not exactly who you want having the ball around the box, but see how we go here as we recycle. And it's Fred giving it to Shaw, who cuts it in. Oh, no way. The deflection there just about fell for Rafael Leao. But instead, it's Mane bringing it the other way, and now Luis Diaz in the box. But cleared well there by Varane. Promising signs, I suppose. Alright, we're a little bit short of options with Elanga, Rashford and Sancho all out. So we've brought on Juan Mata on the left wing to hopefully just create just that one chance to get us back level. With 15 minutes to go, it's Diaz breaking into the box, but a good challenge stopped him in his tracks. But they've still got it. Oh, big block. I think that was Lindelof with the block there. Winding down here, we're going to make some tactical tweaks, I reckon. First, we'll tell him to fire up. Alright, we're going to stop playing out of defense. We're going to up the tempo and the passing directness. We're going to stop telling them to work it into the boxes, just so that they, I don't know, hopefully get there a bit quicker. We'll distribute to flanks. I'm not sure what else we can really do. I don't want to. We're going to press more often. Doesn't look. I'm not completely sold on it, but might be the best we can do with just about 10 minutes to go. Just need that one chance to draw level. I brought on Jota for Diaz, which is not promising. It has been all Liverpool though, and looking at the XG, we're sort of lucky to be in it. But it's winding down, and that's it. Not our day, not at the races, more yellow cards than shots on target, and Liverpool clearly showing that we still have some room to grow. So a second loss on the trot, this time in the league. We've now got Liverpool level with us on 15 points after the 6 games. Hopefully in the coming days and weeks we get those few players back and we can make more of a bit of a title tilt. Not expecting it this season, to be completely truthful. Sort of thinking that with some outgoings hopefully in both January and over the next summer, we can then rebuild the squad a bit and have more of a crack of it next season. This season I think I'm happy with 4th and above, to be fair. I know that's probably not aiming the highest, but with the sort of how do I say it politely, with the gaps in quality in the squad. That wasn't polite at all, was it? Anyway, with the gaps in quality that we have, I just think that with the strength that Liverpool and Manchester City have, and possibly even Chelsea, I guess, potentially, I think we might struggle to knock them off the top spot without significant movements in a few key positions. Like centre-back isn't the strongest. We could probably do with better in midfield as well. I know Pogba and Fernandes are brilliant. Other than those two, we're a bit on struggle street. We're also a bit short in striker depth. I'm not sold on Edinson Cavani. I'd like to get rid of him really, because he's earning way too much money and not doing enough on the pitch. But anyway, guys, next time you'll see us go against Ajax. You can see there on the right hand side we've got 3 games between now and then. First one being against a team I don't really want to say the name, but I'm going to say Ferencvaros? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. We've then got the Manchester Derby, we've got Watford in the Premier League, and then we take on Erik ten Hag, so that will be a big one, that'll be a fun one. Make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss that video. Comment what you thought of the video, any tweaks you might make that you think might tip us over the edge to take down Liverpool and Manchester City. Like the video so that it gets out there, so that I know to keep making this stuff. Follow us on the social medias just so you keep up to date with anything that's happening, whether there might be a bit of a gap in videos, whether there might be new stuff coming out, who knows. Make sure to stay tuned there. And until next time, when we go again in the Battle of the Ten Hags, peace.